men were sitting in a darkened room, curtains closed, lights out, no one to annoy his simple ways, watching the telly on the wall like a sleeping child, oblivious to the screams from the tower of the moon. Lilith was talking to her friend, the dead man's show, far from their minds, when out of the blue Lilith turned the channel, and once more the dead man roared again. The dead man's show on every screen for a time being, that no one watches but the awakened few. He rants about dystopia as if no one cares what may come to the sleeping nation so close to its doom. Poisoned with nightshade he sways to the moon. The dead man's show goes on forevermore in the minds of the many. He rants and raves, but to the enlightened few he whispers songs of revolution and rage. The dead in the tower are many, 900 in kind. Dead to the world they are, but not to the gods in mind. They learn the hard way that the world is asleep, these sleeping children of the dead man's keep. The dead must hear the dead man's show, for from the tower of the shackled mind comes his visions of prophecy, of doom to the sleeping dead, but light to the awakened few. That man must fight, man, to live in this unenlightened land. Will get the nightshade implant of that the dead man knows. The pain will instigate the call of Britain, of that the dead man whistles. If the whistles are heard, then the graves will be stilled, and humanity will live in enlightened bliss. Tommy was sitting in the park, watching the families play, remembering a time when kids ran without their parents' say. But the streets are empty now of the dancing child, as bogeymen roam in the parents' mind. To Tommy, time was different, he kept pace with the changes in kind, and noticed the decline of society from the pits of his stomach. He knew the time was over as dystopian tyranny was near. The utopian dream was as dead as a dodo's bed. Sam sat up late at night, watching the tube roof's display when thoughts of freedom came crashing through his mind. As the apathy of the newscasters was enraging his soul, mindless morons whispering mindless chatter to the dead. To fool the masses, the utopian dream must never be mentioned, that man can live in peace with man, and communities can thrive under a forgiving sky. But not when the media perverts the mind, for that is where the dark druids dare to find. Utopia, utopia, utopia. Utopia, utopia, wherefore art thou my utopian dream, where man can dream with the gods, a utopian state of bliss. And only when the psychopathy of the establishment is quenched can utopian mind thrive in the people's hearts. What now of Tommy and Sam? What can they dream of in a dystopian nightmare? Utopia or death, what do they prefer? Surely the masses must know that the utopian sun is as near as the dystopian moon of doom. So now it's up to the elector masses to define a nation's will and send the politicians packing. If our utopian demands remain unanswered, for if our children are to thrive, then utopia must be achieved in the earth and